morning, ICRV radio listeners. This is Gay Sherman Wentz with another edition of Antiques Trail. And today we're going to be talking about all things mid-century, which my friend Dennis Carroll here next to me joked on the phone last night. I was like, you got anything mid-century? And what was your response?
Me.
Got a bunch of mid-centuries.
She asked me for mid-century modern, but I guess I'm just mid-century dinosaur.
He said, yeah, that's what my kids call me. Well, Dennis actually sent me some pictures last night, which we posted on the radio Facebook page. If you take a look, he's got a really cool mid-century stereo console, which was huge back in the day. When everybody was entertaining, everybody was in each other's living rooms, the barware, the stereo, and the one you have, I did a little research. I actually went onto this website called Audio Archaeology out of Chicago. Have you heard of them?
No.
Well, oh my God, they had hundreds of mid-century stereo consoles, and the one you have, I found out, is apartment-sized versus...
Well, it came out of a house, so I don't know what that means.
Yeah. Well, they have... Some of them were huge. I mean, they were like, 5, 6. Some of them were even 8 feet long, the living room versions. And the small one that you have, they term apartment-sized, which I thought was kind of funny. But... Anyway, tell us a little bit about the stereo console you have. It's mid-century.
I was working in Queens doing a tag sale, and I fell in love with this console and decided to buy it. And it was well kept, excellent sound, still works fine. The people really took care of everything in the apartment. Everything was in super condition. So I was quite happy to get it.
Where was this apartment?
In Woodhaven, Queens.
Woodhaven, Queens. Okay, and you were telling me that that a lot of the parts were made out of Bakelite.
Yeah,
right?
All the buttons. If you see the photos, I don't know if it shows up well. The buttons on the where you would set the radio stations when you press the different buttons, Bakelite.
Yeah, that's one of the materials. Well, mid-century, going back to the 20s, really, that was really popular. With radios, silverware, jewelry, of course, was made out of Bakelite, all that kind of stuff. But of course, people listening to vinyl these days is coming back. So I've noticed that there's a demand now for these mid-century stereo consoles.
Well, hopefully one day I'll make a profit and sell it.
I hope so. Well, it was pretty cool. It's got on the speaker part, it had a signature and script that said Chicago Stereo. And when I was doing my research online about these mid-century stereos, most of the action of these consoles is coming out of Chicago.
That's amazing. I thought it was German originally when I first saw it because the people were a German family that had it.
Okay. But there were, of course, there's Magnavox, there's Zenith. There was one company that kept popping up over and over. It was called, I think it was Brundig.
Brundig. That one was very famous. That's German.
Yeah, that's a German company. But it seems like the industry of mid-century stereo consoles right now is focused in Chicago.
They want to get a truck and we'll deliver.
Yeah, really. This place that I found was called Audio Archaeology, which was kind of interesting. And they had, I kept clicking on this button that said, see more. And they probably had, over 200 mid-century stereo consoles for sale. And then underneath, they had all the ones they had sold. So I just kept clicking on see more.
See that one, that same piece, or were you able to find that one?
I saw similar pieces, but they did not have a Chicago one.
Oh,
which maybe a good thing, Dennis. Maybe you've got a rare one.
Oh, that'd be great.
I did not find that maker on there. So, but I did find similar consoles that were, as I said, apartment-sized, smaller ones, more compact, because most of them had the sort of the angled teak wood legs at the bottom,
right.
which was very popular in the mid-century.
These have screw-on legs, because when I moved it, I took the legs off to get it inside the truck.
Right. Yep, a lot of those legs came off. But anyway, I just thought that was kind of interesting. And the other cool thing, I don't know if you've seen any of these, but I was very intrigued because, again, mid-century was all about entertaining, and they're big into cocktails and the bar carts. If listeners out there watch the Mad Men TV series, every one of the advertising guy's office had a bar cart. They were constantly drinking cocktails, but
get through the day.
Yeah, I guess so. But some of these stereo consoles also included a bar.
Oh, well, that's interesting.
Yeah, they had. If you opened up you had one compartment where you open it up and you had the turntable, and then right next to it you'd have another compartment that opened up, and a lot of times they had mirrors behind it, and they had different slots where you put the liquor bottles, and you had the jiggers and the glasses. Just like, it cracked me up.
Happy
I was like, okay, you got your music, you got your bar right there, all in one piece of furniture. It was such a statement of the times.
Yeah,
it's pretty cool. I also I brought some things along with me. I literally picked my own house.
Through your own house.
Yeah. I've got everything from a mid-century trash can that has the iconic space-age atomic starbursts on it. Everything was about the space race back then. I mean, that was such a huge thing. And it came up everywhere in the designs. Literally came up on a trash can. It came up on the jewelry. We posted some pictures. This was one of the pieces that I posted, a Genie signed atomic starburst brooch that, all these pieces look like they exploded in space.
They do.
Basically. So that was a huge theme mid-century. You're going to see a lot of that sort of design. And then you had some nature designs, but most everything was very clean lined for mid-century. I brought my coffee cup that has these very narrow little leaves on it. The color aqua and black as a combination, or pink and black. A lot of the pastels were huge, which I brought one of my aqua pieces of Pyrex. The Pyrex from mid-century, from the 50s and 60s, is still raging hot right now. You go on eBay, and some of these pieces are selling. The sets are selling for like $250, $300.
Really? I thought you were going to say most of us still have them in our home. Like, I still have those.
Yeah, some people
use them.
Yes, some people do. The difference, of course, in the price is that a lot of people, unfortunately, ran these through their dishwashers 10 million times.
I would be one of those.
And it ruined the finish or the design on the outside. So the lucky ones who hand washed and took, pristine care of their Pyrex, those are the ones that are selling for the big money. Because the ones that went through the dishwasher, you'll see that the colors on the outside have faded. They've chipped or whatever. This particular one that I have has the aqua color with a little farm pattern on them. It's got the farmer and the farmer's wife holding their farm tools, and it's got the rooster and the bunches of wheat. That's one of the patterns that's very popular.
I was going to say that was a very popular pattern.
Yeah. The other, then you have like the primary color Pyrex patterns. The nesting bowls are huge. The one that seems to always garner the most money is the pink series.
Huh.
The ones that were colored pink, I guess, are much harder to find.
I don't think I've ever seen them in pink.
Yeah, so I don't think they made that many of them, which is why, supply and demand.
Right.
The price goes up when you can't find them.
Right.
They're more rare to find. So if any of you have mid-century Pyrex at home,